coaches reuniting with Seth. What has that kind of been like? What have you seen from him in the first month or so getting back together?
Yeah, obviously very comforting for me. I want to still have a large hand in coaching the tight ends, but any moment that I'm not able to be in there, I have the utmost trust that he's going to go and get it done. He's been with me. He was with me for 2 full years at North Dakota State. He knows exactly how I want things done. I've been able to teach things that I learned along the way, especially with Coach Campbell in Detroit and how they did things from a tight end standpoint, just technique, scheme. And he's an avid learner. He's got great energy about him. He's a great teacher. So very, very fortunate to have him because he understands how I want to work each and every day, the efficiency, the urgency, how I like things done. So to be able to have him even, communicate that to the staff when they all have questions and I'm not there to maybe answer it right away, like he's almost an extension of me. So that's just paramount for us in this transition to teach this offense, this philosophy on how we want to do things as an offense to the entire staff and team. He's a huge asset to me on the staff.
What is it about him specifically as a coach, as a person, that allows you to have that trust in him where he can both take a step back if you want to do something, but also will kind of carry on what you want done with the tight ends?
I think trust is like time, right? Being able to, work together for 2 years and, our relationship, and it goes beyond football. Like, I trust him watching my kids. If I was extremely busy doing something and maybe my wife was doing something, like I know there was one time he had to go pick up my son. That just, you can't put any more time and a price on that. I mean, just like our working relationship even outside of the building goes beyond football. And I think for him, he sees the game through my lens and how I want to do things offensively. So, no, it's just more the amount of time that we've spent together and that trust that's been built over time.
You talked about what you want to do offensively. What do you want to accomplish offensively?
Be the most physical team in the nation. Not literally, but the mentality of starting a fight every single game and throwing haymakers. That's the identity, and that's the foundation. You can still throw the ball and be physical. You can still be in a lighter personnel grouping and be the most physically team in the nation, like playing with a relentless style of play. There needs to be championship level urgency and toughness every single day leading up to the season. And that's what I'm excited about because these guys are hungry. They're on a mission. We're all on a mission to do things better than they've ever been done before. The standard is the standard, and the standard is high. You all know, like the level of football here. There's been a lot of wins, right? But us in here, this coaching staff, we're on a mission to do things better than it's ever been done before. And you look at the landscape of college football and teams that have had success. I'm convicted in the fact that it can be done here. Like, this is a special place because of the fan base on Saturday. This is a home field advantage. This community, the people here, the administration, like this place is special, and that's why I wanted to come back here. But offensively, we need to be able to run the ball and dictate the terms at the line of scrimmage and be masters at moving the line of scrimmage. Be able to activate the right concepts versus the right coverages, put our playmakers in a position to have success, be able to marry up the run and the pass, activate pass game with play action, drop back, screens, be multiple. But it's like multiple simplicity, multiple in personnel grouping, shift, trade, motion, formation, ways we can activate schemes, tempo of the game. Maybe it's huddle, maybe it's no huddle, maybe it's fastball plays, multiple in, the whole operation of offensive football, yet simple in scheme and just, not having a million schemes. My goal is for these guys to play football, not think football. I want them to be able to cut it loose and play fast. And then, I think if you're causing hesitation in a player, Like you're not giving him the ability to go and play free, right? A hesitant athlete is a non-athlete. So excited for this staff to be able to teach the why, the how, the intent, and how we're going to play, and just see this group, just come together every single day, because the most connected teams right now in college football win. And Coach Rogers' vision and how he sees team, that's what's been fun to see this group come together. Every opportunity, every rep, every day.
I know when you were here earlier, one of the things you really enjoyed was just the sharing of ideas among the offensive coaches. How invigorating has the last few weeks been to be surrounded by all new personalities and share ideas and just kind of be an open book and learn from each other?
Yeah, it's great, because this isn't my offense. It's not. This is our offense. This is Iowa State's offense. And be able to understand how the entire staff, and it's not just the full-time assistants. We have an unbelievable support staff on offense. Unbelievable. With Coach Sadler, Coach Walton, Coach Chambers, Coach Cox. That staff, in the value of having those guys help us is unbelievable. I ask for their opinion too. So for all of us to get on the same page, okay, how did you do this at Arkansas State? How did you do this at Houston? How did you do this at Army? And they may be a triple option team, and why can't we do that? How did you do that at Montana State? How did you guys do that at Washington State? And so be able to take all of these thoughts, right, put them in a little funnel, what's going to come out, because it's not just going to be North Dakota State offense. It's not going to be just the Detroit Lions offense. It's not going to be just the offense and what I did here in 2024 with an unbelievable staff. It's going to be all of us putting our thoughts together and being able to activate the best schemes for certain defenses each and every week.
With your time in the NFL, how does it benefit your players and your whole team with that NFL experience and that high intensity level of football?
Yeah, unbelievable. You guys, I learned so much. And I was a part of an unbelievable staff, and the things that I learned from that staff is paramount to my growth as a coach. But some of these things that I learned from these players, okay, just for one example, I already said this to the offense, one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League has the best work ethic I've ever been a part of as a player, St. Brown. He's the first one on the practice field every single day. He's out there, he catches 202 balls on the jug machines every single day. He's the first one out there. I couldn't beat him. And I wanted to. I couldn't beat him. He's out there, boom, 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 all different. The style in which he just did a walkthrough, the style in which Jared Goff did a walkthrough, Sam Laporta, Penei Sewell, Ja Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jameson Williams. I learned so much in just these guys and how they prepared just for a meeting, prepared for a walkthrough, prepared for a practice, and then prepared for a game. I just took bits and pieces from each and every one of those players. I hope I added as much value to those guys as they added to me, because being able to use those stories and those examples for the players here, you're starting to see it. They're out there on their own doing jugs machine, prior to weights, after weights. They're out there in the style in which that they want to do things. It was an invaluable growth for me as a coach, just to learn from everyone associated with that organization for an entire year. Unbelievable people, and I know for a fact that Coach Campbell will get it going this year.
So many people leave college football to go work in the NFL like you did for a year, and they never come back. Why did you want to come back to this level and coach football at this level?
Simple. It's this place. It's the administration. It's the fan base. It's the environment on Saturdays in Jack Trice. Not a lot of people take into account who the coach is and what the coach has outside of being a coach. I've got a family too, and I have a very supportive, unbelievable wife who I wouldn't be able to do any of this without, and 3 young kids. And when we were here, this community, it was going to have to take something really special for me to leave the first time. And when Dan Campbell calls and wants you to coach the tight ends, you go. And that was unbelievable growth. But the opportunity to come back, right, to call plays, to help coach the coaches, help coach the players. Like, I mean, it was simple, because you get down to, like, opportunities in life and who you want to associate with and lock arms with, and my communication and conversations with Coach Rogers and how he sees team, sees football, sees culture, the style of play. Like, it was simple. And there's still, with some of the maybe the negativity that surrounds college athletics, there's still so much more good. And to be able to help student athletes grow in football, develop and earn trust, bring the right positive energy, contagious energy, attitude, mindset, help develop. Like, we've got so many different personalities, but as long as we can all develop the same mindset and how we want to do things, that's when we'll have success. So, fired up just for this opportunity, right? Because it's a place that I love. I mean, in just one short year, I was in Fargo, North Dakota for 37 years of my life, and I still love Fargo. I love Fargo. But to be here and the impact that this place made on me and my family in that short time was very special. So for us to come back and then to be able to raise my kids here, that was a huge part of it. But then a lot of it is just the alignment with Coach Rogers. Our administration here is unbelievable, and the conviction that I have that we can do exactly what we set out to do in this landscape of college football right now. Where was Indiana 2 years ago, right? The intent and how we're going to work, the championship level standards and urgency that we're going to have every single day, to put our best foot forward come the fall. That's why I'm back. And to be able to do it with these people, because you win with the right people. There's an unbelievable locker room in place, and excited to just continue to work with these guys daily.